Hello YouTube. In this tutorial I am going to show you how to implement a subtitle in UI table view. So a subtitle is a second line of text beyond the main text below the main text of the table view. So for example, in the music app of your iPhone, you will probably have the song name and um, an artist name, and so below the song name there's the artist name, and that would be the subtitle. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do that today. So create a new single view application, call it subtitle, storyboards and automatic reference counting enabled. Okay, so go to your storyboard, select the view controller, go on editor, and embed in the navigation controller. We don't really need this, but it makes it neater. So call it tape. Okay, so next thing, you need to drag a table view inside. Go to the assistant editor and call it my table view. Next thing is drag a cell and make it slightly bigger. Set the reset identifier to cell, and on style select subtitle. So this is a prototype and it will show you basically how this will look. Okay, so first jump into the viewcontroller.h, smaller than UI table view data source and UI table view delegate. You need both of these. It doesn't really matter in which order you put them, just right here. In the view did load, start typing self. Oh, I forgot to synthesize my table view self. So I'm just plugging in my laptop. Dot my table view dot delegate equals self dot my table view dot data source equals self. Okay, so now these two lines of code allow us to use the delegate methods of table view. So the first one is number of sections in table view. We just want one section, so we'll just return one and then start typing table view and select number of rows in section. Okay, so at this point we need to create two arrays, one for the title and one for the subtitle. So start typing ns mutable array, call it title array, and type again ns mutable array subtitle array. Then before we can use these for the number of rows in section, we need to initialize them. So what we'll do is make a simple table view with the numbers worded and then their numerical value in the subtitle. So title array equals ns mutable array alloc init with objects, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you need to do the same thing for the subtitle array. NS mutable array alloc init with objects 1 2 3 4 and 5. Oh, remember to put the commas after the last object, otherwise it will not run. Okay, so now you can go into the number of rows in section and return. So we want as many rows as there are objects in the array. So start typing title array count. I put title array, you could return subtitle array count because they have the same number of objects. So start typing, we need the last data source method. Table view self a row at index path, which should be somewhere here. Here it is. Start typing static ns string cell identifier equals cell. Then UI table view cell equals UI table view cell alloc init. Oh, sorry. Delete all this. Table view dequeue reuse cell with identifier. Cell identifier for index path. Then return a cell. And now we can finally populate the table view with the contents of the array. So start typing cell.textLabel.text equals title array object at index path.row. Okay, so this, okay, what's wrong? Okay, it shouldn't be doing this. Oh, I missed the equals. Okay, there it goes. So the title label represents the big text, which is the title, the text label, and the detailed text label represents the subtitle. So start typing subtitle array object at index path dot row. Okay. User identifier is cell. That's been set. Okay, so you should be good to go. Try to run this. Okay, so you see that we have been successful, and this has worked, and see, you have the numerical, the spelling of the number, and then you have its numerical value. But what if you want to show a detail about that number, and I don't know, you want to, let's say, make an app for kids who want to learn how to count, and you might, I don't know, say something extra about that number, or whatever else you want. You can make detail view controller, which tapping on the cell makes you go to another view which shows more information about that particular cell. So create a new view controller, control click and drag from the cell and select push from the selection segue. And now you need to create a new file for the detail view controller, and it needs to be a UI view controller, and call it detail view controller. Save it, and make sure the targeted for iPad and XIB user interface is disabled because we're working with storyboards. Okay, so go here in the detail view controller and set the class to detail view controller. Go into the editor, drag the status bar, create an outlet called navbar. Then you need to create a label inside the detail view controller. This will display, leave it empty. This will display the title of the array, and this will display the subtitle. Okay, so I like to center them. You don't really need to do this, but I think it looks better. Okay, so click and drag the first one and call it title label. And the second one will be subtitle label. And then you need to type manually property strong non-atomic and a string title contents, and then another same string but subtitle contents. Okay, so go into your view controller .m, and you need to pound import quotation marks detail view controller .h. Now I forgot to do one thing. You need to go in the storyboard and click the segue, which is this little arrow here, and give it an identifier. I'll call it detail segue. Copy it because we'll need it later. So in your viewController.m, start typing another method, prepare for segue, and we'll need a conditional here. So if square brackets segue dot identifier is equal to string, and paste the detail segue, and in the statement start typing ns index path index path title, index path, just index path equals nil, and string title string equals nil, and string subtitle string equals nil. Okay, so now start typing index path equals, you need to type the my table view, the name of your table view, index path for selected row, then start typing title string equals title array object at index, the name of the index path, so index path dot row. You need to do the same thing for the subtitle string, equals subtitle array object at index path dot row. Then segue destination view controller set now go to dataViewController.h and remember what these names are. So title contents, and set it to title string, and do the same thing for the other string. Set subtitle contents, subtitle string. Okay. And now in your viewController.m, going to review the load, and wait, first you need to synthesize title label and subtitle label. Okay, so start typing self dot title label dot text equals self dot title contents, self dot subtitle label dot text equals self dot subtitle contents. Now synthesize navbar, and so we can display the current name of the item in on the navigation bar, even if I just realized that we will have the title displayed both in the navigation bar and on the text label, but this is just to show you. Okay, so start typing self dot navbar dot title equals self dot title contents. Save it, and you should be good to go. So I'll stop it right here, and I'll run it. So here's our table view, and see that there's a nice arrow that points to the right, and that kind of hints that it's going to go somewhere else. So see, if we tap, it will display the title right here. It will display the title again and the subtitle here. So let's try it for another cell. See, we'll say 4, 4, 3, 3, 5, 5, 2, 2. And just to show you it really works, I'll just make another random title and subtitle. So let's call this dog, and in the subtitle I'll call it cat. So this will show another row which will have dog as the title and cat as the subtitle. Yeah, when this happens, just press stop and rerun it. It should be good. Okay, so see, dog, cat, and if I tap it, it says dog and cat. I hope you like this video, and it has many useful applications, so please be sure you learn this and make good use of it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.